Reality Podcast.
Hey, welcome to Skewed Reality Podcast. This is specifically a podcast where we talk about life, love, sports, culture, and so many more topics. Whatever it is, there is no limit. My name is Bree, A.K.A. the Ego Bruiser, and this is a place where perspective meets reality. Now, I know it's been a while since I've come out with a new episode. There's a lot of shit that has happened around me. Like when I tell you, when it rains, it fucking pours. So I recorded this episode a few months ago, actually, and I was doing the editing and the process with Tylin Lilly regarding lifestyle, image, and success all together, and I lost the actual content. So here I have him on the phone today, where we're going to be picking up this episode to talk about some of these things and really, talk about the culture right now, the culture of sociability as well, and really speak on the topic of Kobe, this death, because we all have opposing views. I feel like you guys are not going to like what I have to say, not necessarily about his death and the death of his daughter, but really looking at the context of who he is as a man and what he has really brought to the world besides being on the slave plantation, in which I like to refer to as the NBA. Moving on, I have the special privilege of re-recording this episode with Tylin Lilly, the owner of Colorway Wraps, Hotline Hair Company Guru, and TYG Digital Marketing, as well as TYGE Fitness that he's been working on diligently. Let's start off this episode with talking about rising to success. All right, so there's a lot of ways to the top. We were just talking about looking at financial freedom. What is success? How do you invest in your future? And what do you invest in? These are all questions that we're going to cover. So when you talk about different ways to the top, we were just talking about real estate, looking at equity, assets, net worth. And I was telling you, that's definitely a way to create a good lifestyle, to have a great image. When you think about creating financial stability and longevity and generational wealth. What is your take on what is success? Let's start there.
So, success is really getting yourself to a point of your own caliber, of you're confident within the moves you're making. Because if you go look at your neighbor's success, it'll look way different from your success. It could be a family that, he or she pays all of their bills, and they're breaking even on everything and they're successful. But your view of success may be, all right, the Maserati and the BMW, and I'm single. Man.
Why is single even a status of success? That's kind of weak, really.
I know. Whatever your depiction on success is, that's what it is. And it could be done. It could be deemed and seen from different angles, because that person may be single and successful, and the other person may have the family and be successful. It's about what perspective you want to put yourself into.
Okay. So let's talk about perspective. Let's pause real quick. What is your personal perspective of success when you broke it down in that regard of being single or having the family or having the Maserati, the BMW? What does your image lifestyle look like?
So as of right now, my success is financial freedom and being rich. And a lot of people don't even know what being rich means. Rich is the money you have left over from paying all your expenses. So if your expenses are $1,000 and you got paid $500, you're rich because you have $500 left over after paying your expenses. And whatever you have left over from paying your expenses, either you blow it or you invest it. So that's how you get rich. And you stair step on top of there. So after that 500 is invested, you may invest 250, and that comes back 2 weeks later into the whole 500 again. You save it and reinvest it again, and that's how you double your money. It's not even that you have to. It's not one big banger. It's a calculation of a lot of small things, and that's why it's called stairway to the top. See you at the top. There's not a jet or escalator that takes you up there.
Hell yeah, there is. If you get hit and get a large settlement.
Yeah, but most people that get hit with a large settlement blow it all.
Hell yeah, because they don't know what to do when they get that large sum. That's why I laugh at people that win the lottery and be broke years later. Give me that money and I'll show you what to do with it.
And so yeah, like right now, my image of success is really securing myself, because I want to enable myself and secure myself to where in the future I can look at, having a family and, doing all those steps necessary to take care of that. Mm-hmm. So right now I'm securing myself, making sure I'm good to where I can secure my current situation and, progress on top of that.
Sure.
So is that the answer you're looking for? Or did you have a different?
I mean, there is no specific answer I'm looking for. When I think about the image of success, I do see residual income, as you were talking about, having that extra $500 or whatever. I want more than $500. Put a couple zeros on that mug, right? One of my goals always, and I spoke it into existence, and I believe it will occur, but to see $1 million before I turn 30 or hit 30. That means I have 4 years. And it's not by working a job, and getting 100,000 a year and seeing $1 million total, but having $1 million in a bank account, right?
Yeah.
By the time I'm 30, having residual income, investing in properties. Of course, you want to, when you get to another level, you want to be able to drive nice things, exotic things that people don't normally have access to. So that would be a part of my success story, and really. A part of my success, because of the way I'm built and the circumstances that I come from, I'm investing back into the community in some way, shape, or form. I think that is my view as success. Now, when I'm trying to get to that level of success, how do you invest in your future to even get there? Besides the residual income that you already spoke on.
Right. So it comes with proper goal setting. So if you want $50,000 a month in residual, how do you get there? You start out with that 500 and it eventually grows to 1,000. Then it grows to 5. Then it grows to 10 and then 20. But how success works, you'll get to 5, maybe if you're lucky, because shit happens. Mm-hmm. you get to that grand, you'll make 2,500 and then something will happen. Your leg will break.
Damn, yeah. Real life though.
You know what I mean? Or you'll have to pay your insurance deductible, or your engine blows, or somebody steals from you, or just whatever happens. Just know it's not going to be clear.
Right. So Murphy's Law, basically, whatever bad can happen will happen, but you should always be trying to live above that influence of negativity. Sure.
Yeah. So it's definitely not going to be pretty. Mm-hmm. It's not going to look like a Mayweather fight. Because
that motherfucker don't even be pretty.
I know, I'm just saying, but he comes out unscarred somehow.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely not going to be you're definitely not going to be Mayweather in there, because most people, if you're looking to make $50,000 a month, you probably need to learn how to make $50,000 a month.
Facts.
And it's called the process. And you got to get there. It's definitely not going to be pretty. So once you get to 5, you get to 10, you're going to fuck up at 10.
Right. Right. Niggas start getting excited. Oh, the zeros is coming in. Right. Yeah.
But especially if you're never taught on what to do with $10,000.
Facts. I'm sitting my ass at home and watching some Netflix. I'm sorry. Hey, when that money is in the account, I'm sitting my ass down, because I know how tempted you can be to spend through $1 when you've never had it before. So, facts.
Just know a lot of stuff's going to happen. But back to the point, it comes with proper goal setting. Mm-hmm. So set your goal, at 50K, but also have reasonable milestones. Mm-hmm. So 1 to 5 to 10, and once you get to $1,000, what are you going to do different, or how much more supplies can you buy? It's like the lemonade stand game. You ever played that?
I have not. Go ahead and inform the audience what that is.
So basically in 3rd and 4th grade, there was this lemonade stand game, lemonadestand.com or something. But basically you had this lemonade stand where you had $100. You'll buy sugar, you'll buy ice cubes, you'll buy whatever. You'll buy the lemonade packets or lemons, and they'll give you the forecast. So if it was raining, You know what I'm saying? You know, people aren't probably buying lemonade, but if it's sunny, it's buying lemonade. You know, it's all based on different factors.
Right.
Just proper goal setting and, you know, educating yourself and being around people who actually are winning in the space. Because there are a lot of pretenders out there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get with some real
card
winners,
cracking, doing some, you know, ungodly things. And you have to remember that what goes around comes around. And that is a principle that I truly believe in. If you're putting bad out into the world, you will get that shit back at some point. And when you thought you had a sack and get hit, you should think about everything you did to get hit, nigga.
Right.
So, yeah. Right. So, I mean, I guess to have a more clear direction when we're talking about how to invest in your future, you're saying proper goal setting. So, like, a person that, okay, you know, I'm a teacher. That's, you know, the more that I grow in my profession, I think, it's an ordinary thing to do. How could I properly invest to see that million in the next 4 years? Now, that is a question I want digital marketing Tylin Lilly, you know, to answer.
So, of course, you're going to need an income outside of your teacher's salary. So if you got a goal of setting $1 million goal in 4 years, that means you damn near have to make $250,000 a year from here to 30, right?
Okay.
So if you break that down, if you break $250,000 down into 12 months, so you do 250,000 divided by 12,
right?
That's going to be 20,000 a month.
Okay.
You have to make 20K a month. Right. So it's not what's the quickest way, what's the smartest way that's going to get you there. Sure. You know? Because if you're looking to get rich quick, you know, you're probably going to be doing some get rich quick stuff.
Yeah. And it tends to backfire. It doesn't have the stability you need to keep moving forward in your financial goals. I agree.
Right.
Yep.
So, I know everybody wants $1 million. I wanted $1 million by the time I was 23. When I was 18, I wanted $1 million.
Okay. I mean, it's not an impossible goal to say those things.
It's not impossible. But at the same time, so let's say we got to make $20,000 a month. You probably got to be playing in the big league. Okay. So, you know, you're going to want to be in a space that'll get you there in less moves. Or just have something, or have multiple consistent flows. Okay. Whatever. You know, you invest your money into, let me see. You can invest into Forex, which is basically.
I've heard about Forex, but I haven't researched it myself, and I heard like it's booming.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Okay. So basically, you make money on ups and downs of commodities, and you trade money basically. You know, it could be digital real estate. So I have websites online that pay me, you know, $2,000 to $1,000 a month residual. If you got 20 websites, you could probably make $250,000 doing your teacher's job, you know, like that. Right. So it has to be consistent. There's plenty ways out there. Let me see. How else could you make $250,000? You could start an e-commerce store based on trends. Okay. You know, you can start. So like doing something
as simple as going on eBay, creating a store and selling shit? Or it's a little bit more complex?
There. Yeah. So that's where you got to educate yourself. You know, like you said, you have to go and educate yourself.
Right. Are there people out there that are willing to educate you? Are you an educator, or you just give tools and let people use them at their leisure?
Both. Okay. So typically when people come to me, I'm basically giving them the resources, which is probably intangible, or, you know, some tangible document, or just intellectual information. Okay. Because that's usually what people are missing. All right. Me, myself, I'm in 5 different industries. Right now I'm in the marketing field. I'm in the rap field, car raps. I'm in the e-commerce space. I'm in the fitness space. I had to lay my foundation. I'm still laying my foundation. I'm still paying my dues. But once I lay my foundation, I'll clear it and start out how I see it. It's definitely going to go up.
Sure. And I think that's one of the things that our generation really misses is paying our dues. But at the same time, when you know your power, your confidence, and your knowledge, do you always have to take that route where you're paying your due? That's one thing that I'm.
No matter what.
Gotcha.
There's definitely no microwave success.
Okay. I like how you
Yeah.
put that. 3 minutes,
Yeah, you definitely
easy
can.
bake
Yeah.
oven. You feel me?
Yeah.
So now that we've talked about how to invest in your future, I said, one of my goals was to see $1 million in the next 4 years. All right, I got to figure out how I'm gonna make 20 bands a month. Yeah, doesn't really sound easy, but it's possible. It's possible. Even
Yeah.
if you fall back and you don't make 20 bands for 6 months. Okay, now you got to double that for the last 6 months of the year. That's the type of mindset that I think is how can I adjust and do mid-quarter audibles in order to meet my
Yeah.
goals, right? So what
Yeah.
exactly should you invest in besides Forex, e-commerce? Do you have any other inspirations or ideas about creating a generational wealth flow?
A secure flow, of course. That's an awesome question. And I think, if you aren't blessed enough to have family trades, because a lot of people are blessed with a roofer, a father that was a roofer, or a mother that was a doctor, or some type of generational income source, or trades. Because a lot of people, if you take it back to the old days, a lot of men were tradesmen. Some people were, sports. Some people were, and still today, some people do sports. Some people do construction. Some people do bowling. We got millionaire bowlers out there.
Right,
There's
right.
many people that are famous on YouTube that pass their things down. But it's really, if you don't have anything to go off of, like I didn't. I was really set out here to, I don't know what the fuck, but I figured it out.
Get it out the mud.
Yeah,
And some of us just have that story. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to really figure it out if you're going to make money on the internet. So I never thought I'd be out here making websites and building brands. That's just something I picked up that was interesting to me. And then from there, I realized that people need to be educated.
Right.
So I went from building to educating, and now I'm educating and building. So, and that creates 4 different streams right there.
Yep.
So, and there's a lot of things you can do out here for money, because everything we look outside, you look around, wherever you live, is this money.
Yeah.
There's people making $1 million off carpet. There's people making $1 million off medical equipment. Like I met a guy the other day, he makes millions of dollars for selling, how people break their bones. He sells the bone screws.
Ooh, okay.
Like if someone breaks their femur, that's $500 per screw. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, and then the small screws, like hand screws, those are $100 a piece.
Okay.
So imagine how many people break their bones, and medical facilities have to pay hundreds of dollars for these screws. That's so consistent.
Right.
Because hospitals turn over equipment every 2 years.
Right.
So you just got to be in the way of the money and in the know of what's going on.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about something as small as, the scooters that they have around cities now. Like, who the fuck? This is something that we grew up on with Razor, right? You get your kid a little scooter, motorized, maybe from Walmart for Christmas. You ride around on that joint, you forget about it in a few months. They brought this back for adults to ride around the city, and I think I did like 20 miles around the city. It was
and a lot of people's goals are probably as profound as $1 million. But how much money do you really have to make to be financially free? And financially free is how much you have to make to really not work a job. So a lot of people's expenses may be $3,500 a month. If you made $7,500 a month, you got an extra couple grand to live off of without even having to clock in anyway.
Sure.
So,
absolutely.
A lot of people want $1 million, but at the same time, what do you want your lifestyle to be like? I know right now I'm sitting down in the chair, didn't have to clock in today. I woke up like, what am I doing today?
Yeah.
What needs to be killed today? What are we doing? What are we building?
Right.
Type mindset.
Sure.
Not like, damn, I hate my job.
Yeah.
Let me figure out what negativity I can spew out. Because a lot of people,
me? Right.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's what they thrive off of. They don't like their job. The people around them hate their job. They don't like their family. They don't like their spouse. They don't even like themselves. So I'm like, what? That's the environment I did not want to be in. So I woke up today liking everything around me.
Yeah, for real. When you get to just sit there, reflect on your life, what things do you need to handle personally to keep up with your personal and mental well-being? Because I think that's one of the things that get lost in translation when we talk about working jobs. Now you can only have 5 days off a year, who the hell are you to tell me I can only have 5 days off a year when you don't know how I'm built? There's some people that are built more solid than others where they might not need as much downtime. There's other people that are mentally challenged and not just mentally ill, but they can't handle that everything that comes at them from life. So they need more days than 5 days. And so I totally resonate with that because I woke up this morning, not having to clock in as well due to several reasons. And one of them, I'm very grateful for because I really got to reflect on my passions, what direction I wanted to go in, and what the hell I need to do for myself to even get there. So I think you're onto something when you talk about, financial freedom, having that residual income. And you don't necessarily have to see $1 million, but I do find that the more money you have, the less you're taxed. And until they change that system around, that's the goal that I'm going for. Like, why are the little people taxed at 20%, making $50,000, and then you have people that are making millions of dollars on a different level, and they're not taxed at that same rate?
Well, they're taxed, but at the same time, there's so much leverage that comes with being self-employed / entrepreneur. There's so many write-offs and benefits. So someone may, donate medical supplies to Uganda, and IRS may look at that like, oh my God, they look at that so greatly and so dearly.
Right.
It's kind of like the halo effect. Like you said, if you say giving back to your community, they'll always look back at LeBron for creating the school, or LeBron for giving the 20,000 turkeys. Not LeBron, what I mean? But he hasn't really done me wrong, but regardless of what wrongs he's done, he always has that halo effect over him.
Absolutely. Just like, Kobe. I don't know what the hell he did. But halo effect just naturally from the status and what he's given back knowledge-wise. And then I also, look at that situation too. Like, a lot of people say he was a great teacher. I find some people don't even have to give back to you monetarily. Like, knowledge could be invaluable as well to get you where you need to go. So that's just me combating my previous arguments and being unbiased to say that knowledge is also an extremely important thing to finding that financial freedom, to understanding what success is and how to invest in your future. So you shared some really great things. Is there anything that you would leave the audience with when we talk about entrepreneurship, having financial freedom, and really reaching a certain level of success? And that's, by perspective, of course.
Well, I just want to say, mind your business, number one, and make sure, seriously, because
straight up,
people be chasing all these things that they had no business chasing. Not saying you can't stretch and reach for different things in life, but at the same time, let it be within your realm.
Right.
Because a lot of times when we were kids, we wanted to be a fireman, we wanted to be a Barbie, we wanted to be this, wanted to be that. But as we grew older, it changed. Oh, I just want to work. I just want to do this. I just want to do that. And then we've seen other people doing things. Oh, I just want to be this. I just want to be that. Make sure you're staying true to thyself and what you want to do.
That sounded biblical. I like that. Stay true to thyself.
Stay true to yourself.
Right.
Because you'll be out, on this entrepreneurship thing, you'll realize there are a lot of fakes out here. There's 80% of people are probably unemployed, and they're probably out just posting that they're an entrepreneur, have no business, just hanging around the crowd. They're social entrepreneurs.
Well, that's half the battle, really, is hanging around the crowd. Because if you can fake it until you make it, you'd be surprised about, what outcomes.
And then life will smack the shit out of you.
Okay.
Look, I can't fake myself being in the NBA. Akadabalipo is a dunk on my ass.
True.
You cannot fake it. It'll only take you so far. It'll only take you so far. That's why I don't like to fake it till you make it, because you'll hurt a lot of people in there.
Yeah.
I swear to God, you will.
Absolutely.
So number one, mind your business. Make sure you're staying true to yourself. Make sure the goals you set are yours. Make sure, no matter what happens, that you're doing it, for you. ultimately in your family's well-being.
Right.
Because a lot of times people will try to rush our success. People will try to rush your progress.
Right.
And in that, you cannot rush it. You cannot. When your grandma bakes that cake, she say, don't walk on that motherfucking floor. You're going to make that cake drop.
Right.
Baby, that cake going to drop.
Right.
Don't let people drop your cake. You're going through puberty. People can't say you're going to get some hairs on your stuff, at, 16, 14.
Right, true.
People mature at different times and different phases. Like, you're going to catch some information, and it probably won't make sense till a year or two later.
You know what? I kind of battle with that thought process. I do believe everybody has a stage in which they can accumulate whatever amount of wealth or knowledge on their own terms. But is there a such thing as like, okay, that person just ain't got it?
Yeah, and in life, and I want you to know this, that there's people that ain't got. I'm sure there's males out there that try so hard. They can have all the designer clothes, they can have all the money, but they still just ain't got it.
Right.
But it comes naturally. If you cannot. That's why I said don't fake it till you make it, because you're gonna end up busting.
But not even talking about those people that put on a fake aid. Really, I'm talking about just people in general. Like there's that terminology that says there's different people, different things that make the world go round. I do believe, like I said earlier, you can have your own maturity state, but there's just some people that ain't gonna get it because they don't have that natural born ambition and power and drive to want things outside of what they know. And that's why I have a problem literally with people that come from fucked up backgrounds and can't look at that situation and say, damn, I don't want to do that. You could change your circumstance by picking apart things and saying what's right and wrong. Maybe it's a common sense thing. I really don't know. But I do have a problem with those people.
Have you ever seen the person or the man or woman that has let life beat them down and they just gave up?
Yeah.
That happened. That's real life. You know that?
Yeah, that sounds like what Mayweather does to folks. They just beat him down. He go on his way.
Yeah. So I mean, and that happens. Sometimes people get beat in life so bad, they accept it. And no longer are they fighting anymore. So many people you try to save, so many people you try to want more for, but they really have to want more for themselves. And unfortunately, in life, we all have our own path.
Right. Absolutely. So just bringing to you Tylin Lilly, digital marketer, entrepreneur, hotline hair company owner. What else do you do that you would share with the audience?
Colorway Wraps, basically, premier wrap company.
Yep.
Located in Indianapolis, Indiana. We do any type of wrap.
Okay.
Vinyl wrap.
I'm gonna have to get my Honda Civic wrap. What's up? Or you only fuck with old schools? You trying to be prejudiced against my car?
No, we'll probably turn it into a Benz.
Okay. I got take 2 here, and I'm gonna tie in lifestyle with relationships. How does that balance out?
If you have a partner, you probably got a little more extra. You're actually able to save over the years.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if you're not doing all these extra things, you're probably going to get bored really quick. And a committed dude that probably doesn't have all the shines and flashes probably get looked over. So as of right now, they're like the young guys that have things. These women are chasing these things, and that's not really real life, because 80% of dudes don't really live like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how does that tie into lifestyle? Because when we're looking at you're talking about the confines of being in a relationship and not really participating in the extras in order to build yourself. How does that tie into lifestyle? Like, how do you keep up a healthy relationship without incorporating some of those lifestyle features?
It's really hard because it ties into a lot, because you got to be in tune spiritually. You got to be in tune mentally. You got to be in tune physically. And then you want to add financially on top of that. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
You got to damn near be militant.
Right.
To be on that type of focus. You got to be diligent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't got any time. You don't got a lot of time for the bullshit. You ain't got a lot of time for drama, a drama king, a drama queen. you can't really keep up with anybody, but what's going on in your household? I mean, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I mean, it does to a certain extent. But I'm saying, like, in order to have healthy relationships, I think some of that lifestyle movement should be incorporated. Like, I've always been a traveler. It doesn't matter, what stage of life that I've been in. That's something that I make time for. I've seen, 20 states, been out of the country twice. Most people my age don't get to see those things because they don't make time for them. Now, looking at your circumstance when you're like, you don't have time for drama, you don't have time for anything but to worry about yourself and building your future. What's wrong with being in a relationship and doing those things every once in a while? Why do you have to be so militant?
No, it's not even about having to be militant. I mean, and this is like a 3-phase question because it's just about where you are at that time. And, as you progress on life, you're going to be open to different things. Your spouse or partner is going to open you to different things. Like, eventually you grow into it. If you really want it, maybe you'll see there's a brighter side. Not saying you have to be stuck, but I'm saying you asked me to be on the extra stuff as far as lifestyle. You got to be focused on those 4 calibers to even move forward. A lot of times, men and women, they don't have it all.
Right. Absolutely.
They don't have it all.
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was funny when you were like, most men don't have their shit together. Shit, I've dated 35-year-olds and they still don't what you trying to come over my house for? Nigga, where is your house?
What the fuck?
Right.
Don't got no condoms?
Right. Like, just a whole discrepancy in what you should have. And I believe in that when it comes to lifestyle, image, and being successful. I'm one of those people that's like a ticking time bomb. Like, there is a time that you should have certain things. I truly believe in the value of that. Like, yes, you can be successful at any age. They talk about actors that didn't take off till 40, this, that, etc. Whatever, that's fine. But you should have the essential things like a roof over your head or, a car, a vehicle to get you around to do what you need to do. And you can do all those things without it being a financial burden. It's just about being strategic. And I think most people lack, again, discipline and being strategic in their life. Like, they just like pollen that blows in the wind. They're just going with wherever the wind blows them, that's where they go instead of trying to live.
I think where you're looking for is education.
Hell no, not really.
If you don't have education on finances, if you don't have education on credit, if you don't have the education on how to build a family, how to be a man, how to be a woman, of course you're going to lack and not be in that mindset. If you're looking at a dysfunctional home and you live in a dysfunctional home and you watch your parents be dysfunctional, you're more likely to be dysfunctional.
Whew.
If you're looking,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it ties in. So if you have some dysfunctions going on, or it could be that what you've seen or what you're trying to build. You could be trying to build this thing and you could be lacking a lot of things. I don't have time for this.
Right.
It could be that, or you just simply be ignorant and not know. It's one of the two.
Right.
So you can't blame anybody for where they're at. I mean, that's their education. You know what I mean? That's where they're at in life. And I think, that's a big thing. Education, educating yourself on these things. But a lot of people, and it's sad to say, and, this is a big problem because a lot of times, I look at helping people. But when I try to help those people, I even sometimes took my own skin off.
Yeah, and that's why we were just talking about social class, like not being involved with certain people. Like, once you make it out of a certain positionality in life where you're no longer, like, not to say you're better than, but nigga, I have so much education, as you were saying. I have so much experience. I'm not even going to waste my time hanging around people that's going to take the skin off my back. You should be trying to add something to the mix rather than taking from it.
Once they get your skin, they be like, damn.
Right.
Then they try to look at you crazy. I'm like, you just took my damn skin. No,
off.
I didn't.
Man.
No, I didn't. They be like, no, I didn't.
That's
then they
insanity.
look down on you once they took all your skin. Now you were skinning me. No,
you a fool, though. But
that's fact.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that's why I said, be careful about, and then as you rise, you have to be careful who you interact with. Like me, my circle it's so small, it really don't exist because people show their ass in the face of adversity. Like recently, I lost my job.
Yeah.
Shit just fell apart. Like people watched me get smeared and did not speak up, but you guys were the homies, the ones that I was kicking it with and confiding in. You're not really in my corner. You watched me get ran over, like, so.
Who's a fan? They are fan.
Right. And then that's dangerous. Now I'm so bold with it. I start blocking niggas out. Like, fuck you off my friends list. I'm not really interested in anything you have to say to me because when shit hit the fan, you really showed what side you was on, and it was never my side to begin with. So, I feel like Job right now. Like, and if you know anything about spirituality, God, it was a story of a man who really was just upright, righteous. He did everything not to sin or fall into the confines of evilness, and it was all taken away to show him to be humble and to really show who was down and out when everything was not going according to plan. So,
and that's what happened to me last year. You know what I'm saying? I was going through hell.
Yeah.
And it was really hard for me to keep going because a lot of the things that went down, I was really looking like, what the fuck?
Right.
And I'm a pretty smart guy. I can pretty much, maneuver in any situation. But that last year had me really mind fucked. And if you ever been mind fucked before, they're telling you trust this person and they're telling you, no, I did not do it. They really fucking did it. And you're like, damn, the shit's gone, but it's just me and you here, and I didn't touch it. And you telling me you didn't do it.
Wow. Right. Sounds like my life.
I trust you. All right, I trust you. I walked away and you got to let it go.
Right.
And you got to live with that shit.
No, I don't. I blow. You know how I get down. I tell niggas about themselves. You fucked up. You need to be more consistent. Because, like, if they don't hear those words from you, who the fuck are they going to hear them from? It's just a continual cycle. When you don't address people for who they are in that moment in time, so maybe they can look at the situation a little bit differently and be better, want to grow out of the bullshit, the drama that they're stirring in. So I don't hold my tongue when niggas lie to me. I'm going to let you know and then I'm going to cut you off. So it's the
scorpions do it best though.
Shit. You know what I mean? Oh, what? Passive aggressive? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sounding just like Drake. Go ahead. Now for this angle, if you cannot handle opposition of thought, log the fuck off. Because it's about to get real. We're going to talk about sociability and the current climate that we live in. With Kobe as an icon, dying randomly along with his daughter. I know this situation brings light to loving our close ones because no day is promised. So let's hop right into this emotional turmoil that has took the world by a storm. Tylin, what are your thoughts?
Anybody could go at any time. Nobody wants to see an iconic person like Kobe die. I think it's just a surprise. Everybody's so fucking surprised that it's Kobe.
Right.
But appreciate your people while they're here.
Right. I think that would be common sense, but it's really not common sense to most people to just say, I love you, or, I hope, well wishes, right, positivity, good energy. And then Kobe dies and, tell everybody that you love them because they're not going to be here no more.
Be here forever. You know what I'm
saying? Like, what? Like I said, you guys are not going to like me for what the hell I said because I'm going to just be real about it. Like, what the hell you do for me? I still got a power bill that I need to pay. Kobe, where's that money at? You ain't did shit for me.
I need $100 million. Shit.
Right. It ain't going to us. So it's like, yes, it's not about money at the end of the day. We don't want to emphasize that. But looking at things you can do with your positionality is always key to me. And like, even when I was explaining my situation about teaching, I go hard. You told me I do too much. Nigga, if you have a position that high in status, What are you going hard and doing besides getting
Right.
on the helicopter planes and living the bougie life that you live? So he's entitled to that. That's something you earn. I would love to take helicopter planes everywhere that I
Right.
go too. There's nothing to hate on. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the relevance and emotional connection to this man overall is insane.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you.
And that's no problem.
If this was my last breath on earth, I just want to say to you guys, the most important thing that I want you to take away when you listen to my podcast is the intentionality, opposition of thought, and purpose in which I'm trying to fulfill via different perspectives. And on this episode, we talk about Kobe and his daughter's death to legacy, financial freedom, and really releasing ourselves from the bonds of slavery into success. And that is going to be determined on every individual's perspective and values that they live by. If you have any commentary or perspective to add, that is always welcomed. Make sure you @ me on my Twitter at skewed_podcast. You may comment on the upload that I make to SoundCloud, which is always accessible and free to the public. I'll be on all major streaming platforms from iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And I look forward to uploading this to YouTube. Let's get those streams, let's get those views up, and really interact with the movement going on. It's Skewed Reality Podcast, and I'm out.